video we are going to see a problem on orthographic projections, and for that here we have a question. It is given that figure shows pictorial view of an object. Draw the following views: front view, top view, and left hand side view. So this is the question in front of us. Now, whenever the question is based on orthographic projection, the first thing we should know is how much is the total length, height, and width of the object. Now, as I can see here, from arrow x direction, we are going to see the front view. And when we are looking from front, in that case, the length of the object and even the height of the object is visible, but the width is not visible. So first I'll mention the total length, and as I can see here it is 70 plus 60, which is 130, and this 130 is up to the center. After that, here there is an outer radius of 25 from the center up to the end. So it is 130 plus 25, which is 155 as the total length. I'll write it down. Total length is 155. Then the total height, here it is 50 up to the center. Next, from the center up to the top, the distance is nothing but the radius of outer circle. Outer circle is having diameter of 36, so its radius is 18 from the center up to the top. So 18 plus 50, that is 68, is the total height of the object. I'll mention here. Next, for the total width of the object, we have to look from side, that is in this direction. When we are looking as an observer, we are going to see the left hand side view, and here if I want the width, then I can say this width is 50 here, but whenever we want the width, we want the total width. So here if I see, the width is more compared to this portion, and this width is 68, so 68 will become the total width of the object. So I'll write down the total width is also 68 same as the total height. Next, the first thing we should do here is we should know the spacing, that is where to draw front view, top view, and left hand side view. I'll explain that. Now, since the method is not mentioned here in the problem, that is either we have to draw it by first angle method of projection or by third angle method of projection. If nothing is mentioned in the question, in that case we have to always use the first angle method of projection, and in that method the front view will be drawn in VP, top view will be in HP, and then we have to draw the side view. So I'll explain the positions here. The simplest form to understand this is looking at the side view. Here we want the left hand side view, and by first angle method of projection we are looking on one side and drawing it onto the other side. So if I'm seeing the object from left hand side, I would be drawing it on right hand side. So it means the side view will be on right side. Next, side view and front view, they are adjacent to one another. So if the side view is on right hand side, front view should be on left hand side, then front view and top view are one above the other. Like if front view is on left hand side in VP, below that front view there should be top view in HP. So it means we have to start this drawing by drawing the front view first, and when we are looking from front, the length of the object and the height of the object is visible. So I'll draw a rectangle corresponding to the length, which is the total length and height of the object in VP. Let us get started. Length is 155 mm. Here this is 150 mm and here we have 155 mm. Height of the object is 68 mm. In the front view, the length and height are visible. So this is the rectangle inside which I'm going to draw the front view. Next, I'll do the spacing for the top view. And in the top view, the height of the object is not visible, but only length and width are visible. So length can be projected from the front view. Width is 68 mm. Then for the side view, here I'll be drawing a 45-degree line. Then in case of side view, so when we are looking at an object from side, that is from the left hand side view here as it is given. So when I'm looking from left, then the width of the object is visible and even the height is visible, but length is not visible. So out of the three dimensions, at any given time, two dimensions are visible. So when we are looking from side, in that case, the width of the object and the height of the object is visible, but not the length of the object. So height, I can get it directly from the front view and width can be projected from the top view. So here we have the height from the front view, width from the top view. So inside this square here, I'm going to draw the side view. So once we have understood the spacing, that is where to draw front view, top view and side view, we can start with the solution to this problem. And in the solution, we should start always from the front view. So for the front, now we have to look at this object along arrow x direction. So when I'm looking along arrow x direction, whatever is visible to me first, that I'll draw it first in the front view. Let us get started. Here, when I'm looking along arrow x direction, I can say that this complete plate, vertical plate and the horizontal plate, including this surface, is visible to me. So here the height of this disc or the plate is 18 mm as seen here. So at first I am going to take the height as 18 mm and it is throughout the length. So projecting it light. projecting it light. Then after this 18 mm height, next here the total height of this plate, which is this semicircular disc, it is, here we are having the radius as 25 mm, and I can say that from the bottom up to the center the distance is given as 50 mm. So this center and the center here, they are going to coincide, and for that here I can say the height is 50 mm from bottom. Here I can say that 50 is the distance up to this center, and the outer circle is having the diameter 36, so this height is 68 mm. So here the height is, I can say that it will be less than 68 mm. So for that, first I'll take the length as 18 mm, that is the length of that circular semicircular disc. Projecting it with the help of light line. First I'm keeping it as it is, that is up to the top. Then next, when we are looking from front, here after the 70 mm length there is this center, so marking the length as 70 mm. And projecting a light vertical line. Next, here after marking this center, we have this circular portion which will be visible from the front, so I will be drawing these two circles located at a height of 50 mm from bottom. So after that, from bottom I'm going to measure the distance of 50 mm, drawing a light horizontal line through it. Next, the outer circle is having a radius of 18 mm, so that 18 is already there because from the bottom I have taken the distance as 50 mm and the total height is 68, so whatever remains is 18 mm. Drawing a light circle. Next, inside this circle there is another circle having diameter 22 mm, so I am taking the radius equal to 11 mm. So these two circles are visible. Next, after that, here there is a small radius of 5 mm where the horizontal and vertical plates are connected. I am measuring the distance as 5 mm, projecting light vertical line through it. Next, measuring this 5 mm and plotting it over here to get the center. So here after marking that radius, so here I have completed that, and even on the other side, as I can see here, there is this curved portion. So again I'll take that radius also as 5 mm. For that, from the outer circle I'm going to draw light vertical lines, and then again keeping the same radius which is of 5 mm. measuring this same radius, plotting it here and even on the other side. From both these points, I am going to draw light lines, that is light vertical line and light horizontal line. So here I get the center. So here is that curved portion and it is there even on the other side. Then after completing it up till here, I can start making it dark, and at the same time here the height of this semicircular portion is not being given, so I can take it, since it is looking less than this total height, so I can take the total height as up to this inner circle, that is the total height from here, it is there up to this inner circle. So projecting it light, keeping it up till here, then I'll start making it dark, whatever is visible to me, starting with the circles. So here is the visible portion in the front view, that is when we are looking from the front, whatever I have shaded, that complete object I have drawn it here, that is the front view. And one thing interesting here is the complete surface is onto the same plane, but only this circular face is ahead. So there should be change of plane between the circular face and the surface. So that is why it is made dark. This dark circle indicates that both of them are on different planes, that is the surface and this circular face. Now I'll draw the center line. It should be medium dark. So for medium dark, I'm using red color. Next, now I have to draw the hidden portion, and for that, when we are looking at this diagram, in that case, inside this semicircular disc, there is a hole, and even here on this vertical semicircular disc, there is a hole. So both of them will be hidden from front. So starting from this hole, here I have to locate its center. Its center is after 70 mm, I have to take 60 mm, or in other words, directly taking 25 mm radius here for the outer semicircle, that will give me the center. So I'm taking 25 mm from one side, projecting a light line, and that indicates the center line. Then the inner circle is having a diameter of 22 mm, taking 11 mm on one side, 11 mm on the other side. and then the circle is there throughout, so it should be first made light with the help of light vertical line, and then I have to draw it with the help of dotted line. So here it should be hidden line because the circle is not visible from the front, but still it is existing. There is another circle inside this vertical semicircle, and for that from the top I'll measure 25 mm, drawing a light center line. Then the diameter is 22 mm here as well. So taking 11 mm on one side, 11 mm on other side. So here is the hidden circle, and after that, with this, I can say that the front view has been completed. And now, for the top view, as I've mentioned, in the top, height is not visible, but only length and width are visible. So that rectangle we already have. Now, looking from top, the first thing which is visible from the top view is this cylinder. Now, this cylinder is having a length corresponding to its diameter, and the width is 68 mm. So the length of the cylinder will be corresponding to the outer circle diameter, which is 36 mm, and that cylinder we already have in the front view. So I can project it with the help of light line. Here the width is already 68 and the length I have projected, so I can directly make it dark. And at the same time, what I'll do is I'll complete all the surfaces and then I'll make the cylinder dark. The reason for that is because here we are having some lines and those lines will go inside the cylinder. So we have to keep it light first and then we can make it dark. For that, here now I'll be completing this surface which I'm shading here. Its center and radius already it is there in the front view. Then the radius is here. So I'll directly measure that radius. It is this distance, measuring it. Next, it should be exactly at the center as we see here from top. This line is exactly at the center. So for that, I'll take the half of width. It is 68 mm. So 34. Drawing light line. Next, from the center here and keeping this radius, I'm drawing the semicircular portion. Light. Then drawing light horizontal line through it. Next, inside the semicircle there is another circle whose which was hidden in the front view. So inside this there is a circle whose center we already have here and radius I'm going to project from the front view. So here is the radius. Drawing a light circle. When looking from top, even this surface is visible, and this surface is having a length of 18, which I can get it from the front view. Its width is equal to 50 mm, that is corresponding to the diameter. So here is the length of that portion, and width is 50, which I already have here. I'll project it light, and then here is this surface, which will also be seen from the top. So while looking from the top, here this line is slightly going inside the cylinder. So in order to make it dark, from both the sides, I am taking this line inside. Making the semicircle and the inner circle also dark. Next, when we are looking from top, in that case, there is a circle inside the cylinder that can be projected directly from the front view. So I'll project it light. So this inner circle is hidden. Next, at the same time looking from top, there is another circle inside this plate here having diameter 22 mm. So from this center, I'm measuring 11 mm on one side, 11 mm on the other side. Then looking from top, there will be change of plane between the cylinder and the surface, and that change of plane is indicated with the help of the dark line here. And here we have the cylinder, so the remaining portion of the cylinder should be hidden. So now after seeing here, that is from the top, I have drawn this hidden circle, and here I'll be joining these lines with the help of dotted line because they are onto the same level. So here we complete the top view. Next, I have to draw the left hand side view. For that, as an observer, we are standing here, and when we are looking from this side, the first thing which is visible to us is this surface. So this surface needs to be drawn as it is, and for that I'll take the height of the center for the semicircular portion directly from the front view with the help of a light projection. Next, from the top view also I am going to take the center, and where both of them intersect, that will give me the center line. And I can take the radius of that semicircle directly from the front view with the help of this center. Then inside this semicircle, there is another circle of diameter 22. Its radius is also here. This surface is visible. I'll make it dark. Here we are having this cylindrical surface. Some portion of it will be visible, and some amount of it is going behind this semicircle, so it won't be seen. So for that, the width of the cylinder is 68. It is here, which I have projected. Height, I'll get it from the front view. So only a portion of the cylinder will be visible. So this cylinder is visible in such a way from the side. Some portion of it will be hidden. Then after that, I can say that from the side, only this much is the visible portion, remaining things are hidden. And for that, inside this cylinder a circle is there which is not visible from the side, so it has to be drawn hidden. So directly projecting it from the front view, it is up to the total width of 68 mm. This line is hidden. Next, even here, I'll project the center line as well. Next, as we see here, there is another portion which is this semicircular disc which will not be visible from the side, so it has to be hidden. I'll get its height directly from the front view. Inside this disc, which is hidden, there is a hidden circle. So now here if we see, inside this semicircular disc, there is a circular hole which will not be visible from the left hand side, that is in the side view. So this hole I have to draw it hidden, and it is inside this hidden semicircular portion. In the top view that hole is here, so I will directly be projecting it. And I'll project it into the side view. So this will be the hole inside this semicircular disc. I'll have to draw it hidden. After reaching at this stage, I can say that the side view is complete. That is, I have drawn both the visible as well as the hidden portion. The next step would be to give the dimensions, starting with the front view. First, I'll be marking the length. Here, from the left hand side to this center, it is 70 mm. From this center up to the center here, it is 60 mm. Here we have this disc of 18 mm height. The distance from the bottom up to this center, it is 50 mm. Total height is 68 mm. Inner circle having diameter of 22 mm. Outer circle having a diameter of 36 mm. Next, giving the dimensions in the top view. Here the first thing is this outer semicircle is seen. Its radius is 25 mm. Radius is 25 mm. Then this inner circle having diameter 22 mm. Next, this portion has a width of 50 mm. Eighteen mm is the length of this disc. Then into the side view, the total width is 68 mm and the total height is also 68. Then this semicircular portion having radius 25 mm, inner circle having diameter 22 mm, and when I have given all the dimensions and completed the front view, top view and left hand side view drawn towards right hand side, I can say that the problem has been completed.